Well, now that we have COP27 going, there's almost no coverage of it here in the US. You know why? Because the only thing that the mass media is covering over here in the US is the latest conspiracy theory put out there by the maggot fascists who own about half the US. About half of the country is into conspiracy theories. The latest one, cat boxes in schools, so that kids that lick each other and lick themselves can go have a shit in these cat boxes, which are in the front of the school building in the classroom, and they can go ahead and spread this nonsense rumor around, because that's all that counts is the latest conspiracy theory on our country, the US. They're definitely into fascism 100%, and they're talking about anything but the climate disaster on our planet. Though I do see lots of coverage on the European national news, like France 24 or Sky News or one of those. They're all covering it. They're even covering the speeches that are taking place. But here in this country, the US, we're too busy thinking about conspiracy theories and endless nonsense about owning the libs, whatever the hell that's supposed to mean. But it's so important that we forget about all the real important things, and we spread these lies and conspiracies forever, so that we don't have to deal with climate change. But let's go up here and do a video and see what the latest is, the latest study that just came out yesterday, and let's talk about that. A World Meteorological Organization new study released on Sunday shows that the last 8 years are on track to be the hottest on record. Humanity hopes that it will hit global temperatures below 1.5 targets, but the targets in the coming decades may not be achieved of 1.5 C, which would mean a disaster for all of us. The new WMO report was released on the first day of the COP27. There are such high levels of CO2 in the atmosphere now that the low 1.5 C of the Paris Agreement is barely within reach. The rate of sea level rise has doubled since 1993, the report says. Sea level has risen by nearly 10 millimeters since January of 2020. That is a 10% rise in the past 30 years. "2020 took a heavy toll on glaciers in the European Alps. The Greenland ice sheet lost mass for the 26th consecutive year in 2022. It's already too late for many glaciers, and the melting will continue for hundreds, if not thousands of years, even if we go to 1.5 C, or about 1.2 C now. COP27 warns Thursday the planet Earth was on course for reaching tipping points that will make climate change irreversible. Of course, that's news that we didn't want to really hear. But with hardly anybody paying attention in most of the world, who's going to do anything about it? This COP27 is mostly about reparations. What country is going to pay the other country for the damages of climate change? Now, how is that going to fix climate change in any way, shape, or form? It isn't, because the people that make decisions now to give money to other countries won't be in office in 10 years. So why would anybody care about what's done in COP27? It's time that we actually do something instead of just constantly worry about money going from one country to another. There has to be physical fixes. You have to change. You have to decarbonize, and decarbonize now, even though it's almost too late anyway. It's up to us, the consumer, who consumes all these big pickup trucks and big vehicles and gas guzzling this and that, to show off how powerful you are, what a man you are, about how big of a vehicle you have and how many American flags you have on your pickup truck and everywhere else. It's just unbelievable how people couldn't care less about climate change when it's affecting every one of us, especially last summer when we all suffered through major heat waves. But a lot of people went into air conditioning, so they didn't really notice it. Well, they will pretty soon here. Ask Australia, who's having well over 100-degree days now, this early in the year. We'll see what goes on in the coming months and years, and how we wished we would have done something back in the 80s, 90s, and 2000s when we did nothing except worry about what size our car is, how big our pickup truck, and spending and trying to make endless money to pay for the gas to push this big vehicle around while it pollutes the air. But at least our ego was happy. So on that, I guess some people are paying attention to COP27, though there's a lot of pretty speeches, but not much else. Let's hope people do something about what's happening by themselves and not need governments to do it for them. I appreciate all your guys' comments, your ups, your new subscribers, and until next time.